All right, fourth graders, welcome back. Here I have some arrays. So this array here is a 1, 2, 3, 4 by 3 array. So the dimension of the sides is 4, and then the dimension of the width is 3. So these are our dimensions. And the area, that's the inside, is the length times the width. So our area here is 4 times 3, which equals 12. Okay, here we have another one. Its dimension of the width is 1. And then the length is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So again, the dimensions are 1 and 12, and the area on the inside is 1 times 12, which equals 12. And finally, we have this one here, where we have the length is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's the length. Our area is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I know that the area is 12, so I'm just going to put a 12 in here. But I have a missing dimension. So 6 times what is 12? You can also just count these, that it's 2. 6 times 2 is 12. So, if someone were to say to you, what are the factors of this array? What are the factors? The factors are the dimensions, 4 and 3. The factors of this array are 1 and 12. And the factors of this array are 6 and 2. And the middle is the area, which is what your answer is when you multiply the factors together. Okay, now because there are so many of these, we know that this is a composite number, and we're going to get into that now. So with your math notebook, I want you to write multiplication words and today's date, September 3rd, 2020. And these are going to be important because a lot of times fourth graders forget. I'll say, what are the factors of? And they say, what's a factor? And now you'll have it right here in your math notebook. So you're going to write factor, and then we're going to write the definition. It's a number you multiply with another number to get a product or the answer. We call the answer in a multiplication problem the product. Okay, so for example, 6 is a factor of 18 because you can multiply 6 times 3 to get 18. So let's do that. I write EX period as an abbreviation for example. 6 is a factor of 18 because you can multiply 6 times 3 to get 18. Okay, that's what a factor is. The factor pair, you already know, but we're going to write it here again anyways, just so that we have these multiplication words all together. A factor pair are two numbers that multiply to make a product. Okay, so 3 and 6, or 6 and 3, are factor pairs for 18. So example, 6 and 3 are a factor pair for 18. Because 6 times 3 is 18. Okay. Our next multiplication word is prime number. And so a prime number, like we discovered yesterday with the number 11, is a number you can only make one rectangle because it only has two factors. And here are some examples of prime numbers. I have 3. The dimensions would be 1 and 3 because you can't multiply any other numbers to get 3. Same with 5, 1 and 5. 5 is a prime number because you can't multiply any other numbers together to get 5. And also 7 is a prime number. There's no other way to multiply numbers to get to 7 except for by 1. So that's what makes them prime. So we're going to write a number that you can only make one rectangle. Because it only has two factors. For example, we're going to write example. 5 is a prime number. Its factors are 1 and 5, or we should say its only factors are 1 and 5. And finally, composite number. And I'm going to turn the page because I want to have more room. So you can do the same if you want. Oh, it's going to be hard to read because I'm using pen. I'm going to use this side. But you should always use the back side of a piece of paper. Okay, composite numbers. Some of you have been asking me already, what are composite numbers? I think it came up in your Moby Backs. A composite number is a number where you can make more than one rectangle. More than one rectangle. Because it has more than one factor pair. So for example, the number 12. 12 is a composite number. Example, 12 is a composite number. And it has if you were to draw the rectangles, you could do 1 and 12, 1 and 12. You could do 2 and 6. You could do 3 and 4. So it's composite when you can do more than one rectangle. It's prime when you can only do the one times itself. So a big hint is that all even numbers are going to be composite because you can always divide it by 2. So all even numbers are composite. Except for one. Can you guess what it is? Except for the number 2. Because the number 2, you can only get 2 by saying 2 times 1. So that's an even prime number, which is super unusual. Okay, so prime numbers, composite numbers, that's what we're talking about today. You're also going to be asked to be giving a missing dimension. So a dimension is the number on the side. So for example, if I only showed you this rectangle with the 4 here and the 12 there, you would have to figure out what this missing number is over here. So you would say 4 times what gives you 12, and that's the missing dimension. Or if it looked like this, 6 times what is 12, that's your missing dimension. Okay, so you're gonna have a little bit of that today too. So hopefully I didn't go too fast. Hopefully you'll remember that a prime number is a number you only get by multiplying itself by 1, and composite are all the other numbers that you can make lots and lots of different arrays out of. Whew, all right, good work, off you go. See you soon.